Welcome back. More now on the dispute over the granting of free-to-air TV licenses. The Legislative Council House Committee today rejected the use of special LegCo powers to look into why Hong Kong Television Network was denied a license. Vicky Kung has more.
HKTV employees have been camping outside the central government offices to protest against a government decision to deny Ricky Wong's TV venture a free-to-air license.
We have been working so hard for the past 2 years. I think we need a full explanation of why we failed.
And it's not just them who want answers. Members of the public also brought food and drinks to those on hand.
All of us can see from the Facebook, all the medias, the people are supporting HKTV and also supporting the freedom of expression. People are expressing what they want, what we want, but I don't think the government hears us. Maybe we should express it louder.
But at the LegCo House Committee today, lawmakers voted against a motion to invoke special LegCo powers to look into the free TV dispute.
This motion certainly is at odds with the confidentiality system of the EXCO, and I have to defend the confidentiality system of EXCO.
Charles Mock, who tabled the motion, said he is disappointed. Still, the full council will take up the issue later.
But in any event, I think we know for sure that this motion will go back to the council on November 6th.
And Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying said again today he cannot comment further because the head of Hong Kong Television Network has made clear he would seek a judicial review.
We see the public is quite angry at the moment. I think they have to do something to release the conflict at the moment.
Staff and supporters of HKTV continued to make their voices heard with a rally this evening. HKTV staff has set up 3 big screens to broadcast live what's going on at the gathering so more people can join. This particular screen is set up outside the LegCo. Vicky Kong, TVB News.
Man is accused of blackmailing the crew of the latest Transformers movie being filmed in Hong Kong made a court appearance today. The 35-year-old defendant, surnamed Jie, appeared at Kowloon City Magistracy. He was arrested earlier for allegedly blackmailing the production crew of the Hollywood film in Hong Kong on Tuesday. No plea was taken, and the suspect was released on $5,000 bail. The hearing's been adjourned until the 15th of next month. Police are looking for 3 other suspects in connection with the case. In a similar case last week, 2 brothers are accused of trying to extort money from the Transformers crew in Quarry Bay. Their next court appearance is set for November 1st. Those 2 suspects have also been freed on bail.
LegCo President Sung Yat-sing has stressed the need to seek common ground between pro-establishment and pan-democratic lawmakers over political reform. In a speech at Chinese University today, the LegCo president pointed out that patriotism and democracy do not contradict each other. But he believes it's hard for the pro-establishment and pro-democracy camps to agree on political reforms because they're at war with each other. Tsang also said he will not seek re-election as a lawmaker in 2016 or run in the chief executive election in 2017. He hopes to use the remainder of his term as LegCo president to boost communication and achieve a consensus between the rival camps. And Sung believes universal suffrage is essential for the 2017 CE election. He said without universal suffrage, it'll be impossible to govern Hong Kong.
A group of residents and shopkeepers affected by redevelopment plans held a protest outside the Urban Renewal Authority's offices in an attempt to save their neighborhoods. As Rani Samtani reports, the URA has agreed to meet them to address their concerns.
Residents and shop owners from Kwun Tong, Atin Wai Tun and Wong Tai Sin and Sham Shui Po gathered to voice their discontent. They spoke out against the Urban Renewal Authority's handling of redevelopment plans in their districts. But the protests soon became heated when an Urban Renewal Authority representative came to speak to them.
we're so angry about their action. The URA president say he want to solve the problem peacefully, but he doesn't send any. He doesn't show any responsibility and talk with us. So we asked them to have a schedule to talk with each district neighborhood and talk about the case they are facing.
Last night, dozens of Food and Environmental Hygiene Department officers boarded up shops on Yanshan Lane in Kwun Tong. Residents and shops were forced out last month to make way for a new town center. They say the URA should have relocated them before forcing them out, and they say the compensation they were offered isn't good enough. They're calling for a public consultation and a better relocation plan. Protesters staged a sit-in outside the URA headquarters today and refused to leave. In an attempt to make peace, Lawrence Yao of the URA accepted a letter with their demands. Protesters asked Yao to halt redevelopment until the authority resolves all outstanding problems, but because redevelopment in Kwun Tong is already well underway, Yao explained there was no way to stop it. The Urban Renewal Authority plans to meet with Kwun Tong residents and shopkeepers over the next 3 weeks to try to resolve their issues. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
New evidence has emerged in the notorious case of a missing British girl who vanished during a family vacation in Portugal. 6 years after Madeleine McCann's disappearance, and Portuguese authorities are reopening their investigation.
British detectives believe it's possible Madeleine is still alive. 10 days ago, they released a computer-generated image of a person of interest in Madeleine's disappearance. Police asked for the public's help as it worked with BBC on a Crime Watch TV show that drew more than 2,000 possible new leads. Madeleine disappeared from her family's resort apartment south of Lisbon back in 2007, while her parents and friends were dining nearby. She went missing shortly before her 4th birthday. The computer-generated images are based on witness accounts of a man spotted in the same resort that Madeleine disappeared from. That revelation, coupled with a careful review of the case, has pushed the public prosecutor's office in Lisbon to reopen their investigation. Portuguese police had closed the case in 2008. In London, Scotland Yard confirmed the latest Portuguese investigation will run parallel with theirs. Madeleine's grieving parents were elated by this new development, as is Britain's Home Secretary. Theresa May confirmed as part of Operation Grange, Metropolitan Police and Portuguese authorities will collaborate to ensure any lead, be it old or new, is carefully scrutinized.
I think we've got very good collaboration between the Met and the Portuguese police, and I think that is now starting to bear fruit. And as I say, I hope it will enable a resolution of this terrible thing that happened to the McCann family, and so that her parents are able to know finally what did happen to Madeleine.
Madeleine's disappearance continues to spark global interest as pictures of the girl are beamed around the world. Such was the case 6 years ago when Madeleine's parents showed her picture to Pope Benedict XVI and asked for prayers for her safe return. They vow to never give up their search.
A pilot trying to battle the raging Australian wildfires died when his plane crashed yesterday. The 43-year-old man was trying to drop water onto a blaze in extremely rugged terrain when his plane went down. Authorities have yet to recover his body due to challenging weather conditions. Australia's Governor-General began visiting fire-ravaged areas in the Blue Mountains, where more than 100 wildfires have destroyed more than 200 homes. Investigators have determined a military exercise with live ordnance last week ignited the largest of those wildfires. So the Premier of New South Wales will request compensation for those who lost their homes. Chris, what do you have for us in sports today?
Well, it's baseball or football at this time of the year.
It's true.
Tonight it's baseball. All square between Boston and St. Louis in the World Series as the Cardinals dug deep to score a crucial victory over the Red Sox. Now the Cardinals will be looking to use home field advantage to pull clear of their opponents in Game 3 of the series. Tony Savine reports.
The St. Louis Cardinals had to come up with something good after the Boston Red Sox thrashed them in Game 1 of the World Series. Prior to the second game in the best-of-7 series, former New York Yankees closer Mariano Rivera was honoured for his impressive Major League career. Then it was down to business. The Cardinals grabbed a 1-0 lead before a 2-run homer by Boston's David Ortiz saw them trailing at the bottom of the sixth. But a series of fielding errors from the home team allowed the Cards back in the game in the next inning. Then up stepped Carlos Beltran to the plate, who hit an RBI single to put St. Louis 4-2 ahead. The Red Sox had a chance to strike back when they put 2 runners on base in the 8th, but Cards reliever Carlos Martinez escaped trouble by getting Mike Napoli to fly out to end the frame. St. Louis closer Trevor Rosenthal took the mound in the 9th and sealed the Cardinals' victory by striking out the side. The Cards are looking forward to playing the next few games at home.
We feel confident and we feel good about ourselves because, we know how well we play at home. And, having the fans on your side is a big factor. It's like Boston playing here, It's kind of hard to play here when you play in the road and you're playing against everything, the whole team, the fans, everybody.
Game 3 is tomorrow in St. Louis. Tony Sabine, TVB News.
English club Tottenham secured a 2-0 win last night at FC Sheriff to stay undefeated in the Europa League. Jermaine Defoe sealed the result 15 minutes from time with his 22nd goal in European competition. The result against the Moldovan team moves Spurs to the brink of qualification for the knockout stages.
And finally, the first official photograph of Britain's Prince George on the day of his christening has been released. The portrait captures 4 generations of the royal family. It features Queen Elizabeth II and 3 future kings: her son, Prince Charles, her grandson, Prince William, and her great-grandson, Prince George. The little prince is shown perched on the knee of his mother, Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge. Baby George is also surrounded by his extended family, who had all gathered at St. James Palace to witness the christening of the future king. And that's our show. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Good night.
Good evening. The weather was fine and very dry today. And as tonight's situation chart shows, severe tropical storm Francisco was centered about 610 kilometers south-southwest of Osaka. Today's temperatures ranged from 21.6 to 27.1 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 27 to 49%, moderate to fresh north to northeasterly winds. The current temperature is now 24.2 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 32%. The fire danger warning is red. So Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? It will be fine and very dry tonight. It will be cooler tomorrow morning. Temperatures will range between 19 and 25 degrees. It will be fine and dry on Sunday. Tomorrow's API is forecast at 55 to 180, and the pollution level will range from high to very high. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 6. And here's the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, cloudy in Taipei and Xiamen. Sunny in Guangzhou and Macau, cloudy in Chengdu. Sunny in Beijing and Seoul, rain in Tokyo. Showers in Bangkok and Manila. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, showers in Jakarta. Sunny in New Delhi and Karachi. Sunny in Cairo. Bright in Brisbane, sunny in Sydney and Auckland. Rain in Toronto. Bright in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Showers in London, cloudy in Paris, Frankfurt and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.